Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is back in session with its trial docket that was set on today's date of August 8, 2022 at 9 a.m. Our next case is cause number 330146. And the case is styled the State of Texas versus Dennis O. Vasquez, also known as Dennis Omar Vasquez. Mr. Vasquez, is that your full name?
Yes.
Okay, now, let me do this here.
Yeah.
Mr. Vasquez speaks some English, however, but he speaks, I guess, Spanish fluently. His attorney is fluent in Spanish and English, and his attorney is Mr. Charles Rojas. Mr. Rojas, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Rojas, do you swear to interpret Spanish to English and English to Spanish? So help you God.
I do.
All right, you may put your hand down. Mr. Vasquez, how are you doing?
Very good.
Very good? Okay.
How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Mr. Vasquez is represented in his case by his attorney, Attorney Charles Rojas. Attorney Rojas, how are you doing?
Doing well, sir. Thank you.
And the state is represented by Attorney Tommy Coleman. Attorney Coleman, how are you doing?
Good job.
Now, it's my understanding that the defense is requesting a bench trial. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
And state, are you opposed to a bench trial in this case?
We are not, just we are waiving our right to a jury trial in this case.
Okay, and he is also waiving his right to a jury trial. Is that my
That's correct, Your
understanding? Okay, now, Mr. Coleman, are you ready?
Stage ready procedure.
And Mr. Rojas are you ready to proceed?
Ready, Your Honor.
Mr. Coleman, would you please read the information?
Yes, Your Honor. In the name and by the authority of the state of Texas, comes now the undersigned Assistant Criminal District Attorney of Jefferson County, Texas, on behalf of the state of Texas, and presents in and to the county court at law of Jefferson County, Texas, that in Jefferson County, Texas, Dennis O. Vasquez, hereafter style the defendant, heretofore on or about July 11th, 2021, did then and there intentionally, knowingly, and recklessly cause bodily injury to another, namely Erica Yolanda Rios, hereinafter style the complainant by pushing complainant into a wall, and at the time of said assault, complainant was a member of the defendant's family against the peace and dignity of the state.
Mr. Vasquez, how do you plead?
En realidad, pues no pasó eso. Así que yo la he empujado. No
To be honest, that didn't happen. I never pushed a judge. So
Okay, so how does he plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
we're gonna plead not guilty, Your Honor.
Not guilty, is that correct?
no
Not guilty.
Okay. Now, Mr. Coleman, do you like to make an opening statement?
No, no, we'll waive all.
And Mr. Rojas, you like to make an opening statement?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Coleman, you can call your first witness.
Your Honor, at this time, the state calls Erica Yolanda Rios. Erica Rios.
Erica Rios.
Erica Rios. No response.
Mr. Coleman, do you have any other witnesses?
State has no other witnesses. We would rest at this time, Judge.
Mr. Rojas?
Move for directed verdict, Your Honor.
Okay. At this time, the court will grant an instructed verdict in this case. And Mr. Vasquez, you have been acquitted of these charges. Your attorney will be given a copy of the judgment. Once you get a copy of the judgment from your attorney, you'll be free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Rojas, The court is signing the judgment. Mr. Ross, you can get a copy of the judgment. Once you get a copy of the judgment, you read through it as well, and you have a blessed day. And yeah, you can stand on the X.